Hello. Good morning. I'm looking for us. Well, I'm still looking for us. I got here early today so I could find us. Oh, looky there. I think we're there. That's not the right link, though. Let's see. There it is. There she blows. No, wrong person. I think that's right. Yes, the link is there. Now, let's go here. Oh, it's allergy morning. Today is May 20th. It's the 4-day countdown to the wedding. And the letter is N. And N is for nosegay, noodling onion. Why, oh, why did I pick that? Noodling onion and what's the other one? Nightshade. Also, why? Was there nothing else in ends? I gotta get a tissue. All right. Give me a sec. Oh, allergies. Oh, there we are. It's acting a little weird today, but I think it's okay. The video. Hi, Kay. Hi, Valerie. Sorry about the nose blowing. Hi, Letitia. Hi, Carol. Hi, Carmen. Yeah, I came on at 8:55. So it took 5 minutes to get here and then be able to be found. It's a little crazy. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Uh, we're just gonna start. Here's the good news. This day, which is Friday, wait, let's bring the camera down so you can see what I'm talking about. Friday, which is the 23rd, one of my favorite flowers is Queen Anne's lace. And quince, what I don't remember what that is, and then rose and reed. Those are the 4 flowers for Friday. But I will not be here. But here's the good news. The good news is that Rebecca Swayze has offered to come sit in my place because Carmen's son is getting married on Saturday and my daughter is getting married on Saturday. So neither one of us could do it. And I just didn't feel like asking anybody else. There was going to be no class on Friday, but Rebecca stepped up. And so Rebecca Swayze is going to do Friday for us. And she'll do something so that, you guys can see something, maybe with something like Queen Anne's lace, quince, rose, and reed. But I'm going to do today, which is noodling, onion, nosegay, and nightshade. And then tomorrow is something ox eye daisy, orange blossom. That's O. And somebody asked about orchids, but I don't like orchids to draw, but I'll put it down there. And then, so that's Wednesday. And then Thursday is pansy, peony, and primrose. And Linda Galling just sent me a watercolor thing for a peony that looks very interesting. So maybe we might try that for whatever day that is. I can't remember already. But I had so much fun yesterday. I'm not even doing a shameless plug today. Is that crazy? It's crazy and cool at the same time. I had so much fun yesterday doing this that I wanted to do it backwards. I wanted to paint the white, but maybe not. Paint something underneath here and then paint the black on the top. So I'm trying to think what to do. What to do, what to do. If I put white on the background, it's not going to show up under the black. So let's maybe do Scribble Scrabble pencil again. For those of you guys who miss the shameless plugs, which I think that's going to be nobody, let me just say this. They're coming back. I will be doing shameless plugs more after the wedding. It's just right now, we're super busy. Our life is not our own this week. There's so much that, my daughter picked a venue that has nothing supplied. There's nothing there except they do have tables and chairs. That's the only thing. Don't have anything else. So we have to provide everything else. And when it gets down to the wire and you're like, what about this? What about this? Did anybody get? So have to find all of that stuff and go get it. So, I mean, I think I told you about the water pitchers, right? I'm just going to put that in the middle. I told you about water pitchers. They did not provide those, so we had to get water pitchers. There's no soap in the bathrooms except that nasty soap. So I had to go buy cool soap because I have a problem with being somewhere nice and you have to use do you remember powdered soap? It was gross, right? Well, it's kind of like that. It's just gross soap. So I've had to go order some soaps. I don't know. There's just a lot to do. But I have some new products coming from me. I'll just tell you one thing, because if I say it out loud, maybe it will actually happen. My children are working on it's called Print on Demand website. Do you know what Print on Demand is? It means that I'll be able to put up my artwork, a bunch of it, and then you can buy it on greeting cards or hats or t-shirts or tote bags or mouse pads. Do they still make mouse pads? I don't even know. Oh, thank you, Bev. I love my hair. That was the funnest thing, too. It was fun going to get my hair done. All right, so let's try this. I want to use this to begin with because I loved this idea. I loved that black edge yesterday. Yeah, getting my hair done was the best $300 I've ever spent. Ridiculous amounts of money for hair. I don't know how you guys do it, that do your hair all the time. The girl's like, so do you want to book another appointment in 3 months? And I said, no, maybe 6 years, but not 3 months. I said, I can't afford 3 months. She's like, well, your daughters do it. And I'm like, well, they're crazy. They have beautiful hair to begin with. They don't need to, I don't know, whatever. I just think hair is really expensive. These girls, remember or maybe you don't remember, but when my daughter graduated from school and there was a young person going to cosmetology school, and I was sitting at the graduation and my dad's like, that girl should be a radiology tech. She can make more money. And I'm thinking to myself now, I don't think so. These beauticians, they make a lot of money. Crazy. Denise says, I need to get back into the hair business. I can't believe the prices these days. Yeah. I love what I had done, so I'm totally good with it. But yeah, we live in California. and everything's twice as much in California. So there's that. Not quite sure what I'm doing today. Just playing. Today is Technique Tuesday, so I guess the technique today that we're learning is it's okay to play. You need a piece of paper. Put some paint on to be a paint palette. Anyway, it's expensive here in California. That's all I'll say. Okay, so then I just want to get some paint down here. But I may end up covering most of it. I don't know. I do like some of the background peeking through. But I don't know yet. It's a little much right there. Wonder if I could, can you scratch through this? With what would I have to scratch with? Can you do like a, oh, maybe. Let's just paint the whole thing and see if you can scratch through. Like, remember scratch art? I don't know if it'll work. Carmen will tell me because I'm sure Carmen has tried that. Carmen? Good morning, Shirley. Sandy says, oh, I don't know. I can't even pronounce the word. But that does sound like a beautiful flower, whatever that word is. I thought it was nasturtium. I don't think that's nasturtium. But I'm going to do a nosegay with a bunch of flowers in it, I think. Scratch when wet, harder when dry, Bev says. What do you scratch with? Okay, I better hurry then. Okay. I do have this. Maybe it'll work. Oh, come on out. Wasn't quite prepared for this. Oh, that's cool. Do you guys see what's happening there? Here's the dry. Dry's not working as well. You're right. But it's fun, right? It's a fun background. The end of the paintbrush. Let's try that. It's working. And I'm getting larger areas. Open. That's cool. Very cool. I do like it really thick. The scratch part thick. Well, that was fun. Let's dry it and then see if I can get more off. But it's pretty cool. Lynn says it works good over crayons. It worked pretty good over colored pencil, I think. But yeah, crayons would work too, I'm sure. I just really like the dark black. And I love the thickness of this brush, but it's not coming off there for some reason. Some areas it's just not coming off. Oh well. I think we're done. I'm gonna rip the paper soon. Very cool. All right. I can't stop. I can't stop. It's very cool. I wonder why some areas just don't come off though. Like in here, I can't get it to come off. Oh well. I do like it. I gotta wash my brushes and get rid of this black paint because we want to paint flowers. Hang on. I'm back. Now what? Now what do we do with this scrabbly mess? Okay. Let's make sure it's completely dry. It's very cool looking. I just want to get all the crumbs off. And do I have a white pencil? Let's see. I do. A teeny tiny white pencil. So let's see if we can sharpen it. It's so tiny. Pat says, as a kid artist, we use black crayon over crayon colors and bits of black crayon all over the place after scratching. Yeah, I bet. Okay, well. This is what I really wanted to do. What else? Is there nosegay, noodling, onion, and what's the other one? God, why can't I remember? Nightshade. Wish I'd started at the top. Can't think and talk and draw. And okay, well, that's getting really cool. Am I right? Let's sharpen it a bit. Everything's squeaking and shaking. Okay, I'm happy. Are you happy? See if I have a black. Sometimes I have a black, sometimes I don't. There's one. It's funny, you think you have black pencils and you don't. Whatever. Try this. Because I really like that border. It's a lot of layers. It's a lot of layers. Let's get the Posca pen again. Yesterday we did the Posca black. We'll do it again, but we'll do kind of a crazy border. I don't know if it's even going to show up. Yeah, a little bit it shows up. I like it. It's very black, but it's okay because the white nosegay that we're going to do is going to stand out a lot. But yes, it's a lot of black. So I got to go out to lunch with my daughter yesterday. It was super nice. We went to a fancy restaurant on the lake. It should have been called on the river because it's really not on a lake, it's on a river. But it was nice. And I had they had those big machines flowing with margarita mix. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's like a Slurpee, looks like a Slurpee, doesn't taste like a Slurpee. And when it came, see if I can show you on this piece of paper. It came like this in a cup. Oh, shaky today, right? And there's this much of the margarita Slurpee part. And then all of a sudden there's a layer of something on the top just sitting there. And I'm like, what is that, Riley? Did they make it wrong? And she goes, Mom, that's rum. You've already got rum in here, and there's rum on the top. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock. We're having lunch at 3 o'clock. I was done for the day. Okay, well, I don't know if you can see the scribble scrabble through there, the scratchy part, but it's cool. I like it. So it's going to go on here like this, or, oh, maybe there. That's really pretty. Okay, so we can put that away for a moment. And we're going to draw our nosegay. So it's got to go inside this area. But we don't want it that big. But that's that can't be any bigger than that size. Pencil. So the nosegay that I want is to look like a wedding bouquet today. And I kind of want it to fill up my page. So these are going to be the stems of the flowers. Have you seen these kind of nosegay things? Maybe not exactly like that. Hold on. It's like a fancy Martha Stewart bouquet where they, I like that. And the stems all get cut off at the same place at the bottom. You know what I mean? And then you wrap a ribbon around. And it kind of wraps like that. Do you see what's happening there? And then you get the really pretty ribbon that's off of the edges. Not like that, though. Not like that at all. Let's try it again. About like that. We'll put another one down here. Like that. And then we get to paint all our flowers. So we have a nightshade, which looks like, didn't I get 2 pictures of it or just one? Hold on. Thought I had photos. Oh, here. The nightshade looks like this. Let's come down a bit, can we? It has a dot in the middle, and then it has what looks like a little flower here. And then it has bigger petals inside those littler petals. Like that, I believe. And what I love the most about it, but let's do a couple of them. The dot, then the little flower in the middle, and then bigger petals that are kind of pointy, but not totally, around the edges. Do 3 of them. Do one more up here. And they're purple. Okay. Okay. So my favorite thing about the nightshade is hanging off of it, there are little buds. Little buds that hang off of each flower, kind of. Maybe not the easiest in a nosegay situation, but really pretty. And in a nosegay situation, you don't really want to see the stems, so I'm going to have to put other flowers in there. So that's the, what did I call that one? That's the nightshade. The next one is the noodling flower, which is also called a Allium cerhum. Cerhum. I'm not even going to try. But that's the noodling onion, and it is big puffballs. So we're going to put those in all over here. And they're big puffballs with little buds. So do you see I drew the circle first? And then as they open, they get little star flowers. Kind of. And those go into the center. But the buds are the cutest part, I think. And they don't always open all the way through. Right? So there's that one. And then I definitely want to put my daughter's flower in here. So her flower that she's doing for her wedding is an anemone. An enemy? Anemone? I don't know how you pronounce it. Let me look it up. And they cost $1 million. Anemone. And so she's getting like 3 of them in her bouquet. Because I wanted to send her some like a week or so ago, and it's just not possible. And they have a giant big black center that are full of little, even though they don't start with an N. Forgive me for going against the grain. And then they have big fluffy petals, kind of like this. Kind of like that. Put another one over here. They're beautiful. I have some in my garden that are called weeds that look like that kind of flower. We'll do another one of these down here because now we got to kind of fill this in. So it looks pretty like a bouquet. Put another one here. And things have to kind of overlap because flowers don't just sit on top of each other. So I think we're to the point where we're pretty okay. Maybe one more of these anemones up here. And then we'll fill in with some other stuff. Right? So we're going to outline everything today. Sure we are. Okay. Gonna go with lots of stems. Because that's my favorite thing about these bouquets is how they cut the stems straight across the bottom. But they're never completely straight, you know? The ribbon's pretty. We'll let that flower hang down a little bit. Skinny stem. You can hear the shakiness in my hand with the scratchiness of the pen. Okay, we're going to do the ribbons, and I'm nowhere near what I drew. But that's okay. And all this has to get cut out and put onto here when we're done. So that's the trickier part. How's everybody doing today? Anything you want to share with the group? Because I don't have very much to talk about. I think I'm going to do these in little flecks. Nobody has anything to say today. It's Tuesday. What's happening today? Oh, Mammogram Tuesday. Today is mammogram day for me. So my doctor called me and told me it was time for me to get my mammogram. Do you guys all get a mammogram? Have we talked about breast cancer before? Because my mom had a double mastectomy, and thank God she did, because she wouldn't be here otherwise. Because the cancer just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. But without her yearly mammogram, she would not have known. And granted, she's not my birth mother, but she's my mom. And so because of her mammogramming, I was really on top of getting my yearly mammograms. At least that's what I thought. So when the doctor's office called and said, oh, I'm so sorry, and said that it had been since 2021, I was shocked at myself and mad. So I'm looking forward to a clear scan today because I don't know about you guys, but have you ever had like visions of how you die? But I have. And so aside from natural death in my bed, um, it would be putting my car into a lake or a river. Not that. Not breast cancer. So I'm okay. I know I am. But I'm still getting the mammogram. Those buds are really pretty right there. Penny says I got the clear. Jewel says I got mine on my birthday in September. Yay, September birthdays. And what else is happening today? Atticus is coming over, and my husband and my son and Atticus are going to go build a fence in the back 40. Does this have a leaf? Let's look it up. Nightshade flower. The leaf is just, oh gosh, the buds are just so pretty. And they kind of overlap. And there's tons of them like hanging down. They're just so cool. We'll put the buds in first and then add leaves. Maybe with enough buds, we don't need any leaves. I don't like this one over here. It's got to go away because I think leaves have to go in there or something. Let's start erasing and we'll be able to see it better. Oh, it's really pretty, you guys. But it's got to fill out. Like, it needs to be more out here and something up here. Like, about like that. Those will be flowers, in case you wanted to know what those things are. My doctor said after 65, you don't get pap smears anymore. No, I know. And I don't think insurance is covering my mammogram either. But still doing it. This might be the last one. Is that true for mammograms, Denise? Dumb insurance. Not a fan of insurance. We're going to add some other flowers into this just because we need some little leafy, flowery things kind of filling in some of these spaces. But I do love the nightshades in there, so let's bring a Lindsay leaf over here. And we'll bring another one coming down this way. More rounded kind of leaf, maybe like a eucalyptus leaf. Whatever it is, it's a fill-in flower or leaf. My daughter's bouquet is going to be more greenery than flowers, mainly because they were affordable. Insurance does not cover mammograms. Oh my God, that's crazy. Who said that? Oh, Terry. Yeah. My insurance doesn't, which is Medicare, doesn't it? I mean, I don't think so. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure they told me it's not covered under insurance when I made the appointment. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. You should still get them. Save the boobies. All right, we're going to put some of these little buds in here as we go. So yesterday I was out till 3 o'clock. Well, no, I was out till 5 o'clock because I had to go to Target and the dollar store. And I came home and the dog was Brent's. Do you know what I mean? Like I hadn't been here all day. And he took his mom to get a dress yesterday for the wedding, which, by the way, they found one at J.C. Penney's. So he was out for part of the day too. But when he came home, the dog is his best friend and not mine. So I came home and she left me alone. It was kind of weird. She's been my Velcro dog. And I have to leave today to get a mammogram. And I have to leave on Friday to go to another doctor's appointment. So I think she's getting more used to Brent the more I leave. Right? Pretty cool how that works. I'm really worried about leaving her at the kennel on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday while the wedding is happening. We'll pick her up on Sunday, but later on in the day. I just hope she does okay. I hope she doesn't hate us. Okay, so we'll put this one, I think, more. It's becoming really pretty though, right? We like it. This one's got to go more like in there, kind of. Pretty. I think, I don't know. Do I need another one of these? Probably up top there. That is the noodling onion flower. Medicare, wait, what? Medicare supplements cover all preventative care like mammograms. Thank you, Cindy Jones. Oh, my husband is such a good guy to his mom. His brother, who's also a really good guy, but I don't think he would ever go take his mom dress shopping. And they went, so she found a dress at J.C. Penney's, right? They sent us pictures. So cute. It's just a plain black dress. And it's got like a string of rhinestones around the sleeves and around the collar. And I was so surprised she picked it out. And then, but she wasn't sure. So then they went down the hill to this other store that used to be called God Shocks. And I can't pronounce the name of it now. It's like an old fashioned department store. And she found nothing there, but they spent an hour, he said, at the store. Then they decided to go to Nordstrom's because she just wasn't happy. She second, triple, quadruple guesses herself all the time. She's never sure. They went to Nordstrom's and I guess she tried on a bunch of dresses, but she wouldn't even come out with them on. And I told my husband, we were buying her the dress, right? And I told him, don't let her look at the tags. And apparently she must have looked at tags because she didn't even come out with them on. And I know it's that they didn't not fit. He said they were really pretty dresses, but I'm sure she looked at the price and realized I can't afford these. And I don't want them to buy them either, but that's fine. They got to spend some time together and he spent the whole day with her, as always. Although he was home before 5 o'clock and I was not. But she's very short and she has scoliosis from being a child with scoliosis. And she's shrunk like 4 inches, so she's really short. The worst part is, he said she almost fell 5 times yesterday. That's even a lot for her. She does almost fall all the time. She won't use a cane. She won't use a walker. She's extremely vain. And it's really upsetting to both of us and scary because we don't want her to get hurt. And we tell her all the time, we have my dad's walker in the garage that my dad bought that was fancy walker because he didn't want one either, but he knew that he also didn't want to break a hip. And I don't even know, do they replace hips at 85 years old? So if she falls, my mom fell and they would not replace her hip at her age with dementia. So they pinned it and she never walked again. It just, she wasn't able to do the rehab because she just, with dementia, she wasn't able to do rehab. So that's a bad thing. Okay, it's filling in nicely, right? These little leafy things help to have it fill in. I think we'll put one of these over here. The nightshade. Hey, Brent. Brent, I got you milk. I got milk yesterday, but I got my type of milk, and it had way less sodium than the ones you've been getting by about 50 milligrams because I checked every label. Okay, we're getting there. We'll put some fluffy stuff up here. It's filling out nicely. Some leaves. That's why they use so much greenery in flowers, because you can fill in nicely with greenery. Need some more buds here. This would be a really pretty nosegay bouquet. I always thought nosegays were the ones that were in kind of the cones, but that's not the case. I looked it up. It's a little lopsided, but I think we're going to go with it. Well, okay. I just need something else over here. This was fun to sit and draw. Thank you for allowing me to just play today. And it'll be fun on that black background. So let's paint it in. I think we'll start with greens. No, let's start with the lighter colors first. I'm going to give that anemone some pink. Pinky purple. Not that one. Oh, sorry. And I definitely want the ribbon to be a purpley blue color. Periwinkle kind of. we can go outside the lines because we're cutting it out. So it can be more like a collage element. Collage element. But I wanted it all to be kind of light. Periwinkle is my newest favorite color, Terry. I love it so much. And you can get it by mixing a little bit of royal blue and purple if your watercolors don't come with a periwinkle, really. And then our, whatever these flowers are, now I can't remember, nightshade, they are very purple. Not dark purple, like a light purple. So we're going to get those in there. This brush holds a lot of water. But that's kind of good because then I have more water, less color. And I'm getting that really nice light shade of purple. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. Well, that one's darker, but that's all right. They don't all have to be the same color. There's one over here. Tiny one. And then all of the buds in the pictures I've looked at are very dark purples. So we'll add some, a little bit more pinky purple to that. There we go. There we go. That's the color I was hoping for. That's a leaf, Lindsay. And then this middle star part is white, and then the very center is yellow. Give it just a little of that pink in there. So it can look like that dyed, you know, that dyed silk that has that beautiful dye kind of color. That's what they used on these flowers because they're very fancy flowers. And then we'll go back to the noodling onion. And I think it is more of a, oh, it's no, it's still purpley blue. We'll get a good purpley blue going here. So all of these are going to be that kind of periwinkle again. Is that all of them? Oh, I can do the buds the same color. So I'll do it all the way around. I don't know why my throat is kind of wispy today. Probably because of allergies. Very pretty colors together. Not my daughter's colors, but they are pretty together. Okay, did I get all of the flowers? All of the buds. The rest are leaves. Okay. So now We're going to take a little black. And, oh, that is a lot of black. I did not mean to do that much black in the center. Better wash my brush. And we're just going to do a little gray shading around this because it's supposed to be a white flower, but it has like a gray tone to it. If and you know what I mean. Gonna try to blend that all in there, but it's gonna make it look more black or more, oh well. It's definitely gray now, so I'll take a Posca and come back in and grab some of the white to make it a little whiter. Okay, well, it is what it is. Oh, you know what I could do? I could make it a little bit purplier and bring in a little tiny bit of purple. That's not a tiny bit. Oh well, that's a lot of purple. Wasn't what I meant to do. But it's pretty. It don't matter. All right, let's get some greens going here. I gotta get rid of this brush. It's holding way too much water for leaves. Because it just went into my anemone flower. Much better. I don't know why that is. Why does a brush hold more water than other brushes? There must be a reason. There must be. I just don't know what it is. Gonna get some different greens going in our stems. Trying not to use much water. Trying to use more color. Oh, but I don't have to be neat and tidy in here because we're going to cut out around these. So I can be messy on the outside. Yep, I can. And these buds have very dark, whatever you call them, bud holders. What are they called? The little things that the buds fit into before they turn into a flower? I don't know. But they're pretty. Okay. Kind of a bright green. That's a very bright green, not my kind of green that I normally would use. Too blue. It's got too much blue, but we'll put it over here as well. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do the lettering on this one. On the back side, because this was, oh, that's dark. This was kind of an intense drawing. Didn't mean it to be, but it was fun. That's pretty green. Anybody got any big plans today you want to share with the group? Got any problems you need solved? We're good at that too. Not really. Oh, that was a lot of green paint right there. We're just going to fill these little areas in here in green so it looks like it's more solidified. Is that a word? Solidified? This would make a pretty Mother's Day card, right? Because I have to draw Mother's Day cards today. I did my Easter cards, now I'm on Mother's Day cards, and they all have to be done by June 1st. So next week is going to be the big draw for cards. The big week draw. But maybe I'll do a nosegay. I think it would be pretty. Oh, forgot to add some more green to our stem. Pretty. Jules having a self-care day. Ruth Ann is packing to go to Park City to see something for the weekend, but it went away. I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't see your whole note. So in September, we're going to head up towards Idaho, but go into Yellowstone, which is Wyoming. Is that right? Is that Wyoming? And we're going to be able to, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think I'm going to be able to get to Hyde Park and to the Adornit girls and maybe do something with them for the day. Maybe just hang out and let you guys come up if you're in Utah and visit. Whoa, that's dark. Okay, well, we did pretty good here. That's going to be my plan, is to hang out with the Adornit ladies in Kansas. I know that doesn't sound like it's on the way to Kansas, and it kind of really isn't, but it kind of is. And Lindsay speak. That's a cool green, turquoisey. Okay, last thing I need is yellow, and I just need a dot in the center of all of these guys. Tiniest bit of yellow really makes everything come together. You know what I mean? It was pretty dark in there. All right, let's do some white. Oh, Ruth Ann, you are on my list to talk to before we travel that way. I want to come ride the train. Are you in Idaho? Isn't that right? Anyway, I don't want to tell my husband. Hey, what are you doing, dog? Dog? Where are you? She blends in with my sofa. Anyway, I want to come ride your grandfather's train. What is she doing? I got to get up for a second and see what the dog's doing. Hold on. Where are you? Bugsy? What are you doing over there? Oh, you just got your ball of yarn. You're okay. You're okay. Okay. Ew. This is really pretty. This might just be the greeting card for Mother's Day. Maybe I don't have to draw it again. If I take my time and finish it nicely. We'll see what happens.
Can you open the garage door?
Yep,
I got my boots on, I can't come in.
I'll go open it right now.
Thanks.
I gotta go open the garage door. He has his boots on, he can't walk in. 3 seconds, buddy. I really like this white line in here. Just kind of disappeared. Okay, now I can go open the garage door. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm back. So let's dry this because the yellow is not dry. I really, really like this. Does anybody else really like this? Ruth M says, yes, train rides. We are in Idaho on the way to Yellowstone, but I don't know if we're going through Idaho. When you go up through Cache Junction, Cache Creek, and Cache Junction, Cache Creek, Hyde Park, is that, I don't know if that's on the way. We might be missing you. But when we get to that point, I will be messaging you. Don't you worry. Put some dots in these leaves. And then we're going to cut this out. Okay, well, this is stinking pretty. That's all I'm going to say. I really, 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 really like it. Hopefully I didn't draw it. Okay. All of a sudden I thought maybe I drew it on something that I shouldn't have drawn on to begin with. Oh, man, that's going to be really pretty. I'm glad I added the black anemones, or whatever they're called. Ammonia flowers. I think I will paint this again for a greeting card, but not cut it out like this. And I don't think I want it on a scribble scrabble background. But maybe that could be a pretty background for a greeting card. Right? Oh, look, that's going to be really pretty. With a little bit of purple peeking out from the background. I found a company that makes ephemera in America. And I might have to make some ephemera packets. Like with fodder bits cut out. You know what I mean? It's a possibility. Might cost $1 million. Would you guys pay more for something that's made in America? If I told you that, I mean, I'm not going to make as much money off of stuff made in America, but I don't really want to make as much money. I don't want my Social Security to be in jeopardy. I don't even know what you call that. But they told me I can't make very much money on Social Security. So I'm like, okay. So I've been doing a bunch of things for people for free. Like I told my daughter, this guy called me the other day. I think Ben Franklin gave him my name. He's an officiant and he wants me to write names in wedding certificates. And the last person he paid $25 or something like that for a certificate. And he goes, how much are you going to charge? And I said, well, if you get them to me and I don't have to drive to see you, I'm going to charge you $0. He's like, why? That's crazy. And I said, well, it's wedding year for my daughter. And I don't want to make very much money because I don't want to jeopardize my Social Security. Sorry that I'm talking about money. It's very disrespectful. My mom would be really mad at me right now. She hated me using the word cheap. The word hate, she didn't like that either. But the word cheap, that was a word she did not like. And talking about money at all, that was very disrespectful for her. Anyway, this guy has really pretty marriage certificates. So I was telling this story to my daughter yesterday and the hairdresser. And my daughter said, wait, you have to send those in. And I said, no, it's just a pretty one that he probably prints off of the internet. And then as the officiant, he gives it to the bride and the groom. And she's like, oh, I said, your officiant's not doing that? She goes, you mean my best friend Julio? And I'm like, yeah, he's not giving you one to take home? She said, I don't think so. So guess what I'm doing today and tomorrow? Making her a wedding certificate. A really pretty one. Maybe with a nosegay like this. And then he can sign it and she can sign it. I don't know who her witnesses are. I was looking at our marriage certificate the other day, and our people that signed our marriage, our witnesses were my dad and Brent's dad. Very exciting. It doesn't matter who does it, right? Anyway, it was kind of fun to look at. Oh my God, this is so pretty. I freaking love it. And especially, oh, I hit that again. I keep hitting the camera. Let's glue this down. Look up I don't even know how to pronounce that. I have seen the Jewish wedding certificate. My kids don't feel like they're Jewish though, so they're not doing none. I said, are you at least going to smash a glass? Because they're going to be in kamai clothing, which is they're changing their clothing for the rehearsal, or no, after the wedding. During the reception, they're going to come out for about an hour in kamai clothing. And I'm like, what do we get? She goes, well, we don't really, we're like mutts. And I said, yeah, we're mutts, but one of us is still kind of Jewish. And I said, so can you do something for my Jewish ancestors? She's like, no. She goes, I want to do something for us. Oh, yeah, I will do that. Thank you, Terry. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? Here's what's going to happen. So pretty. Guess what I need to buy? Pop Dots. I'm almost out. They're cheap at the dollar store. I always forget to pick them up when I'm there. That's too big. Oh, I think I'm just going to do one with fish because he's into fish. So I'm going to put fish on this wedding certificate and plants that I make them. It just kind of hit me yesterday. It wasn't planned, which is how everything in my life pretty much is. Okay, we'll put one right in the middle. Got a lot of Pop Dots on there. All the scribbles are the flower names, and Riley and Savory's name is in there. and their wedding date I wrote. But I love it because it's that asemic writing where you really can't read it, but I know what's in there. That's what makes me super happy. Oh, my hair. Yeah, oh my gosh, the girl that did our hair took pictures when we were done, and she like brushed our hair out perfectly. Um, and the photos that she took were amazing. And today my younger daughter's going to this same girl and my older daughter getting her hair done today. Okay, that's really pretty, right? So now we just need an N on the back. What shall we do? I think we're going to do this. Really dark. What did somebody say? Yeah. Somebody said something about a wedding certificate. Oh, Marilyn says the wedding certificate Jewish is displayed in their home. It's a work of art. Whose home? Did I miss something about somebody's home? Here's a tip and technique. Water makes blooms. Just water into water. May not work on this one because I got too much water. Let's try it again. Okay. It's pretty. It'll be pretty when it's cut out. I need to head out. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Jewel. Head out. Get out of here. Okay, so it's not going to look anything like this, but put a couple purple flowers in here. Add some blue. I don't know what's going to happen when I cut it out. We may lose all of these flowers. You never know. Trying to put them where I think the N would go, but I don't really know. But I'm really loving the color on top of the black. It makes me really happy. We'll see what happens. I guess I could have written the N first. But what fun is that? Terry's going to Costco. I just looked at your pictures of your hair. Gorgeous. I know. I know. Thank you, Terry. I'm going to Costco tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Just going to do a basic N. Trying to get all these flowers in. That's pretty good. Right? Not horrible. I kind of like it. Kind of, sort of. I think we need... That's too dark, but it's okay. It'll look all right when I cut it out. It's pretty. Still adding more greens. Okay. Let's write in right here. We're just going to write nosegay. N is for nosegay. It's also for nightshade. And it's also for noodle flowers. But did I write that? I did not. It's a quickie. Because I took way too long on the nosegay, but that was the fun part. Cutting that. Okay, I like it. Oh, and it's going to be really pretty on the back here. Sorta, kinda. With a little bit of extra purple and blue. It's going to be really hard today. Atticus is coming over, and they want him to hang out outside with them. Mainly because I'm going to be drawing inside here. And he's going to want to come in and play with his toys, and I had to put them all away. They are making me the bad guy today. Okay. Time to clean this table. I do like color on top of color right now. I know I said that, but I really do. Because this was scrapbook paper that was really pretty, but a little color on top of the color. It's fun. Blot some of these heavy ones that are not drying quickly. And this is going to go on flat. And not raised, because we already have the front raised. My box is getting thick. I can't wait to start June. June, we're going to do index cards. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I am. But I'm not going to use regular index cards. I'm just going to cut 3x5 papers, I've decided. Okay, well, that's pretty. Just needs a little more scribble scrabble. Ooh. How about this copper pencil? That was cool. I don't think this white's going to work. Crayola white does not work on top of watercolor, but these do, whatever you call that. what's that called? Prismacolor. That's what it's called. Done. Not quite, but almost. Just a little bit of sparkly magic. Oh, you really can't see that. A little Disney magic. I always love how they draw stardust for Disneyland stuff, and I can't do it. I've tried a million times. No Cinderella magic for this girl. Okay. I'm really trying to be done. I'm really trying. But it's just not working out for me yet. Now I'm done. All right, here's our front. I love, 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 love this. It came out great. And I love how we did the background. Great technique idea. And that's okay. It's not, it's nothing to write home about, but it works. Right? Well, let's get all these scraps ready to go to the trash. Now I'll take some pictures and we'll call it a day. And I'll see everybody tomorrow when we are doing LM. Oh, we're doing ox eye daisy, orange blossom, or orchid, or all of the above. I have no idea what an ox eye daisy is, but I think I'm gonna love it. Okay, it's ready for photos. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. Those of you guys that stayed the course because I went so late. All right. See ya. Bye.